one. Check two. Hey, everybody. Boom. It is that time. So, this is going to be kind of a different sort of Slevin. Sup. I decided I need to do some spring cleaning, some major spring cleaning, and since last Wednesday we had some copyright problems, I decided let's do this because it should be nice and safe, and I just want a week where don't have to worry about the copyright fairy leaving a strike under my pillow. So I figured, too, this would be an awesome motivator and a fun way of just looking at a ton of VHS tapes. So I have so much stuff to go through. Billy, welcome. But I don't know if you can see everything, but I got these boxes are way bigger than they look. I got totes and totes and totes. These boxes, they're that long. They're filled with VHS tapes. The plan here tonight, and this is I don't know, maybe a quarter of what is not in this room. This is like kind of my favorite stuff, the stuff I want to keep on display or keep out or whatever. Everything that's in the basement is stuff, and there's cool stuff, but it just over the years has sort of rotated into the basement and into random boxes. So I really just want to go through everything and start picking out some stuff. There's going to be a big like VHS retro swap meet in September that I'm going to be going to, and that I'm going to have a table at. So I'm going to be selling a bunch of stuff. So I really want to get primed for that. So yeah. Do I have Super Mario Brothers? I don't think I do. I feel like if I did, it would be on the wall. But we shall see. Because these particular boxes are almost exclusively stuff that I forgot was in the basement. Things kind of worked their way into corners and worked their way under other boxes. And some of this stuff I don't know if I've opened and looked at in 3 or 4 years. The majority of what's in the basement is stuff that's kind of made its way down there somewhat more recently, so I have a little bit more of an idea of what all that stuff is. But a lot of this is going to be a complete mystery. I'm not really sure what the best way to do this, like setup-wise, because I'm going to be standing up and I'm going to be moving around. It's going to be weird. So you'll all have to kind of bear with me figuring that stuff out, figuring out what the best way to do all this is. I cranked the level on the microphone so I can hopefully be pretty far away from the microphone and you guys will still be able to hear. Although I wish there was a way I could make the chat way bigger so I could maybe see it from a distance. But they really don't give me much for options on the chat, unfortunately. But we'll do it that way. Good enough. Good enough. So yeah, I guess we'll start going through stuff. And I put some boxes here. These, and I have more outside the room that I can go grab, but these are going to be like what I'm going to sell stuff. And then I'll I'll have to make a what I'm gonna keep pile, and I honestly don't know with all this stuff that we're looking at. I don't know which pile is gonna be bigger. I know that when I got this house, I really became obsessed with the idea of a VHS lounge, and I really like the idea of like basically like a den, but instead of books on the wall, Pika, welcome. Instead of books on the walls, it's like bookshelves and bookshelves full of VHS tapes. And uh, especially when I first got this house and had that idea, I went nuts buying VHS tapes. So there's gonna be definitely a lot of quantity over quality. So it's very possible that I'm gonna get rid of more than I'm gonna keep, but it remains to be seen. Eating, a very serious comedy about women and food. Movie John, welcome. I have no idea what this is. It's rated R. Now I'm interested. Well, I'm gonna have to keep that. It's apparently from a video store called, I don't know if you can see it down here, The Video Place. It's not gonna focus because I've got the autofocus off, so it doesn't. I've never heard of that movie before. It looks pretty. Looks pretty cheaply made. It's a Rainbow Pictures release. But the fact that it's R-rated, that does not look like an R-rated movie. I think that one just saved itself from. Love that. Oh yeah, I just put that up the other couple weeks ago. Danger Deep, Dagger Deep. Welcome. Now this guy's gonna have to go. Mostly because I'm pretty sure we are gonna find at least a couple more copies of it while we dig through these boxes. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Got a bunch of kids' movies. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. I don't think I need to hold on to that. Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. That I will hold on to, because I like that movie. You have the first 25 Godzilla films on VHS. Dang. You didn't miss anything, Dagger. We just started looking through bins. Dragon Ball Z. I am not a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I'm not entirely sure how this made its way into one of these boxes. I feel like I probably wouldn't have bought it. So into the Cell box it goes. I never saw the cartoon for Godzilla. I could imagine it being all right. Now I know these. SmackDown, I'm Your Poppy. Some friends purging or organizing, mostly purging. But that's like the first step in the organizing. I told there's a big VHS swap meet that I'm gonna go to and that I'm gonna have a table at in September. So I want to get everything sorted. Yeah, these are some friends bought a house, and when they moved in, they found a box in the crawl space of VHS tapes. So they knew right where to go, and these were all taped off TV, WWE or WWF, that says Mick Foley Hardcore Ceremony, SmackDown, I'm Your Poppy, Ashley Diva Search. Oh, she just didn't she? I think she just died. WCW, Eddie Guerrero, something. Eddie Guerrero against Booker T. I mean, these I can't sell. I mean, these are bootleg classics here. Oh, we're getting into some weird stuff. Survivor Series, another wrestling one. Hold on to those. We've got Platoon. Probably don't need Platoon. WCW is now owned by Vince McMahon. Yeah, well, WCW just doesn't exist anymore. Vince McMahon owns, owns all the archive footage and owns the name, but yeah, as a company, it doesn't even exist anymore. Battlestar Galactica? Where did you see that? Invasion of the Dinosaurs. That I'm gonna have to hold on to. 16 Candles. It's a classic, but do I need it in my collection? That is to be determined. And I just determined it, and the answer is no. Looks like we've got some Red Dwarf tapes, which I was a big fan of Red Dwarf back when I was a kid, and I know I've accumulated quite a few of these tapes, but I don't really know if I need them. And then of course you have the classic Valley Girl starring Nicolas Cage. I have yet to actually watch it, so I feel like it would be wrong to get rid of it. British television. Now this is a great movie, Boys in the Hood, but I don't know if I'd like this box office hits like cover. So I don't know. It's a great movie, but I don't really like that cover. And we got ourselves another Red Dwarf into the sell pile. It goes. You heard they hated each other during the making of Valley Girl? Well, there's no way Nick Cage is easy to work with. And, like, young Nick Cage was probably even worse. We got Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. I know there are more copies of this yet to come. So, pointing it out right now, we're saving this copy. So when other copies come up, don't freak out when I sell them. Ooh, we got Weird Al, Alapalooza, the videos. Obviously that stays. Small Soldiers. I love it. Joe Dante movie. The case is not in very good shape, though. It's all squished. But we'll hold on to it for... kind of water damaged, too, a little bit. We'll hold on to it for now. Sorry you're late. What are we up to? Well, nothing. Just sorting through boxes upon boxes of VHS tapes to decide what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna purge. down the road. Nothing's being thrown away. As I've been telling people, there's a big VHS swap meet coming up in my neck of the woods in September. So I wanna, and I've been assured a table, so I'm gonna be selling off a lot of the riffraff. I just have so much stuff. Used to have action figures of small soldiers. Those would be cool. I would like to have those. I really liked small soldiers, honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you about liking small soldiers. We've got Casper, A Spirited Beginning, so this must be a straight-to-video prequel to the Christina Ricci movie. I think we can sell that. Yeah, Roddy, I'm sure you've got your... Well, now I'm... with your video store sticker project, I'm sure you've been... Just with that alone, you've been accumulating a million tapes just because they might have a cool sticker on it. Some more taped off TV wrestling tapes. I really do need to go through those and see if they have any... See if they left the commercials in, if they were taping Raw and SmackDown off TV back in the day. I would love to see those commercials. And here's another one. Clash of Champions and WrestleMania 4, which apparently this person considered old crap. Well, I got news for you, pal. WrestleMania 4 was awesome. Sorry that cool early 2000s, mid 2000s wrestling fan thought WrestleMania 4 wasn't the best. We've got ourselves a sweet Godzilla double feature VHS tape. It's the two tapes in one. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and Godzilla versus Gigan, however you pronounce it. Kind of have to hold on to that. I do like Godzilla. I'm not... What about Zeus of WWE? He was a mistake for a wrestler. Which one was Zeus? I don't remember Zeus. Keep the Godzilla... Okay, Dagger. Like, they're not going nowhere. I promise. Godzilla is safe. Godzilla has a home here. We've got Snatch. Loved this movie back in the day, but the tape is a little... When space is at a premium, I think some of these very common tapes... probably need to find some new homes, you know? Oof, right here. We got Commando. Just a nice beat up cover. I think I have Commando... I have Commando on the wall. It's a little different. So now this is an important question, guys. We gotta ask these. We gotta ask the tough questions. I got two Commandos here. Do I go beat up older release? Trying to see if this says... This one obviously was a later release. It doesn't say... Usually it says. It doesn't say when this was re-released, but come on. Old and dirty, or... They're actually pretty... Like, the front is basically the same, but look at the backs. The backs are totally different. Yeah, I think I gotta go CBS. I think we gotta go with the beat up, the long in the tooth tape. That's what we like around here. This commando, he can go to another good home. What do we got? I'll have to watch this. This one just says Brian's. So, cool. I mean, they're all Brian's, really. Oh, this looks amazing. Fire, Ice, and Dynamite? Starring Roger Moore? I have so many things that I need to watch. Like, I need to not buy anything for a year and actually just start watching all of this crazy stuff that I have. Roger Moore is back in his greatest challenge. I'm in. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that pretty soon. Yeah, see, Roddy, that's the big problem for me is obviously I like a tape with a lot of like external character, but you also want a tape that's just gonna play well. So, it is a little bit of a balancing act. Yeah, you have to keep just to honor Sir Roger Moore. You do have to, I think, keep that one. And it looks like just a weird 90s, late 80s, early 90s kind of movie. Well, of course, I'm still going to buy more VHS tapes. Like, it's never going to stop. Oh my god, Bree Wilson's Taint gracing us with their presence. Join the stream, and all I gotta say is don't sell. I am not selling Congo. I'm gonna make you a promise. Hashtag don't sell Congo. You know what I will sell, though? School ties. There's no need. There's no need for that movie to be in this collection. It's a downer. We want fun. We keep fun. Oh, look at. We've got Godzilla versus Gigan again. This is kind of a neat version. It was at one time owned by Tricia Smith. All right. I like that cover. Should definitely cut ties. Oh, this looks amazing. The Survival Guide for Teenagers, Drugs and Alcohol. Fast Lane to Nowhere. With special guest at the bottom there, Shannon Doherty. So you know she had to do this for community service. This is from a church library. We're going to watch that one of these days. That might be, I'll look into that. We might be able to get away with watching that on public domain theater. Or public domain movie night. We got another Godzilla versus Megalon. In a wonderfully photoshopped VHS cover. From Good Times Home Video. Man, Good Times had a great run. Yeah, I can't let that go. You think you watched that in high school? You very well could have. It doesn't look very long. It's one of those tapes that doesn't have a whole lot of tape in it, so it's probably like 10 minutes long. Oh, we got some Ninja Turtles. Donatello's Degree. He was already smart. Did he want to? Was there an episode where he like wanted to go to school? Must have been. Uh, I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that one go. Um, yeah, I agree. Was that when she left Beverly Hills 90210? It was probably around that same time. That's kind of when she became a handful. Uh, but yeah, Roddy, I have the same thing. When I find like those weird special interest, like you said, kind of VHS tapes, I'm the same way. It's like, man, when's the next time you're gonna run across this weird tape? And it ain't hurting nobody, you know. You have a love-hate relationship with Good Times, yeah. They definitely were just anything to make a quick buck kind of tape distributor, but I suppose this tape is like stuck. There we go. It's another Red Dwarf tape. Oh my god, we're gonna be neck deep in Red Dwarf tapes. I mean, to be fair, I guess I already am neck deep in Red Dwarf tapes, and that's the whole point of this is we're digging out. She also left Charm and replaced with Rose McGowan. Yeah, Shannon Doherty kind of had her troubles. Speaking of people that were hard to work with, but I think she's finally kind of getting herself sorted out. And holy cow, available for the first time on home video, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. Gotta keep that. It's like all we're gonna have left is Godzilla tapes. Okay, now this I gotta point out. So, you know what? Good Times also had a knockoff animated Disney. Oh, I believe it. My wife and I have an inside joke where, for a long time, we've slowed down on it now, but for a long, long time, we would buy every copy of the movie Willow that we would find, just because we thought it was funny, and I don't know. It was a bad idea to start, but no stopping it now. So we just ran across a vein of Willow tapes. So we can't get rid of those. Those are gonna have their own shelf. Dagger, as far as you know, I don't have any of those tapes. Melinda, welcome. Thank you for listening. We know you're here. And then speaking of inside jokes, you heard of a guy that has thousands of copies of Speed? Yeah, they're definitely out there. You always run across Speed tapes. Disney sued Good Times. Well, I suppose they were never subtle about trying to capitalize. And this was see, here's what stinks. And I mean, I'll have to try to work on it, but like this movie looks great. Fist of the Golden Monkey. But you got that stupid Savers sticker down there at the bottom, and they're huge. And they are a nightmare to get off cleanly, although that one kind of just came off. Oh, that's why. It lifted like... It kind of lifted the gloss... It totally lifted the gloss finish off of the VHS tape. A lot of them are really hard to get off. And it kind of sucks. And especially now that they've been on a lot of these tapes, I didn't take them off at the time. So now they've spent years on there. Are you selling through email or something? Like if I wanted a tape, how would I purchase? Just wondering. Um, right now, the plan is not to be selling this stuff online. Um, we can talk about little things here and there, and I might end up putting some of it on, a little bit of it on eBay. Very little stuff, because shipping and all that stuff is something that I'm just not really that interested in doing. But if there's little things, we can always talk. But But yeah, Fist of the Golden Monkey. It says, a fight to the death with bloodthirsty kung fu maniacs. Sounds pretty good. Think I'll hold off on that one. Gugon, yeah, the only thing I don't like about Gugon is it's like there's a really fine line between like using enough of it to where it makes a difference and using too much of it to where it's real oily. And I feel like sometimes with some stickers it's better to just leave the stickers on than, make it look wrecked or water damaged, or there's just it's just tough. Some of them it's tough. Actually, my wife gave me a really good tip the other day, which is a hair dryer. If you like blast a sticker, like kind of an old sticker, with a hair dryer and get it hot, the adhesive like re-liquefies and you can pull it off a lot easier. It worked really well. It's just time consuming. Cover that as ripe for dirty photoshopping. Yeah, there's so much. Do I have any young Bruce Lee? I don't. I might have a little bit. We'll see. I genuinely, especially these boxes, I purposely started with all of this stuff because I don't remember what's in any of this stuff. A lot of it I have not looked at in years. So who knows what's going to be in here. I can tell you this, if I was out thrifting, sorry, I brain farted there for a second. But if I saw any Bruce Lee movies, when I'm out thrifting, I would have bought them. So if they're here, if I got them there, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost my mind. All of a sudden, I lost my mind all at once. Oh boy, we got Chud from Video Treasures. Oh man. Brie Larson's Taint. Do I have a copy of Showgirls? Oh, where'd it go? I don't think it's on the wall anymore, but I totally do. Although that was given to me by a fan, a supporter of the channel, so I can't in good conscience sell that. But I might have another one. Who knows? Daniel Stern is in Chud. And here's the thing, like it is a classic. See, that's the thing, Roddy. I don't have affection for Chud. It's a movie that I very closely associate with memories of the video store. I always remember seeing the Chud tape on the shelf. I never watched it back in the day. I watched it for the first time just in the last probably 6 years, and I don't like it. There's really nothing redeeming about Chud for me. I just am bored to tears by it. So as much as this is a quintessential video store horror kind of movie, I think I'm gonna let it go. Because why would I keep a movie that I don't enjoy watching? Um, Look at, we got another. We're still in the same box, and we have another copy of 16 Candles. Goodbye. We've got another Red Dwarf tape. I was really stockpiling. Oh, did he do Chud? I have not seen. I haven't seen any of his. The last few. I don't know. The last few couple months worth of movies that he's been showing. I keep seeing that they've been doing movie nights with him and double features and different stuff. But A Fish Called Wanda? No. Guys, no. That is not... We don't need that in here. Tell you what we do need, though. Some classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Put that with number 2. Yeah, Joe Bob really is the best. Fievel Goes West. I'm going to hold on to that. Not going to lie. I like that movie. We got The Lost Boys. Once again, obviously The Lost Boys needs to stay in the collection, but I don't really like the hits. That Warner Brothers hits up at the top. So we'll save it for now, but if I discover that I have a better copy of it that doesn't have that, this guy can go in the sell pile. Ooh, look at this. King Kong versus Godzilla. See, guys, you don't need to go see it in the theater in a couple years. We already got it. It's right here. You can just watch that. Boom. And, of course, Lethal Weapon 2. My favorite Lethal Weapon. Yeah, we gotta hold on to that. Me on Wednesday, Joe Bob on Friday. I like the sounds of that. Have I seen the Lost Boys sequels? Yes, I have. And they're mostly pretty bad. That first sequel that came out, I can't remember what it was called. Was that Tribes? I don't remember which one, but it was a big deal because, you know, they got the Corey Feldman was in it, and Corey Haim did a little spot at the end of the movie, and was it The Tribe? Yes. You love Fish Called Wanda? Fierce Creatures. I didn't know it had a sequel. But yeah, there was some things about The Tribe that I liked. It wasn't a great movie, but it was kind of fun to go back. Yeah, they've made a couple more after that. But I liked, there's a part where Corey Feldman goes, every vampire dies different. Some go easy, some go hard. So then that basically gave the movie an excuse to sometimes vampires just explode when you kill them, and sometimes they don't. I liked it. Still anxiously waiting for the long-rumored Showgirls sequel. You keep... Showboys, starring Kevin Hart and The Rock. I'd watch it. Give me an unrated version of that movie. I'd watch it. Got Taxi Driver. No, no human being can imitate Corey Feldman's singing voice. That's just not. It's not possible. Oh, even Corey Feldman doesn't even know how he does it. We got Oliver Stone film Salvador. It's probably a perfectly good movie, but I don't think it belongs in my collection. Yeah, Taxi Driver is something. Like, it's a great movie, but man, you just feel gross the whole time. We're almost to the bottom of bin number 1. This might be what Wednesday night is for a while. Because I got, like I said, this is like maybe 1/5 of what's downstairs. There's a lot to go through. You didn't like The Hustle with Rebel Wilson? I didn't see it. But it's got to be good, right? Look at that. We got ourselves a Speed with that Damn Savers sticker. We've got Tiny Toon Adventures, the best of Buster and Babs. Probably get rid of those. I mean, is Taxi Driver a vigilante movie? Because, I mean, it's mostly just... I don't know. He's just... I mean, he is no hero. And I feel like a vigilante movie, you sort of root for the... I don't know. I guess it kind of is. But in a much sort of sick way. The Problem with Power. Special commemorative video. Masters of the Universe. The Problem with Power. Well, you're not just a vigilante because you carry a gun. I mean, then, like, that's not how it works. I don't remember, like, because Taxi Driver, he just, like, wants to kill the politician, and then I don't remember. It's been so long since... I don't remember the plot anymore. Love seeing all the tapes, good or bad. Yeah, there's a lot to go through. I don't think I need this tape anymore. And we got ourselves The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. A true classic. And it is a legit good movie, actually. Title aside. Do I own the live action? I might. I don't remember. And then we, of course, have classic Jurassic Park. I'm saving that. Oh, look at this. We didn't even make it through one case before we hit doubles of Ninja Turtles 2. So I remind everybody, don't flip out. I already saved one of this. So this one goes into the sell box. And what do we got? The Butcher Boy. I've never seen it. It's an old Blockbuster tape. This is like a legit movie, though. You know. I suppose I better hold on to it, since I haven't seen it. Jennifer Garner Peppermint is the best vigilante film. Thank you. I'm just glad somebody had the taint to say it. Thank you. His final act of the film described as vigilantism, but no, that wasn't his motivation. He was having a masculine crisis and suffering. But yeah, it was all that stuff. I just remember when he took the girl on a date and he took her to a porno movie and he didn't think that that was weird. Last film by Geffen Pictures, huh? It's interesting. Apollo 13. A classic. I don't think I need it on VHS, though. It's the kind of movie that I would actually like to watch in a slightly higher quality. Oh my god. Once again, where did I get these movies from? Ever After, starring Drew Barrymore? Nah, I'm good. Whoa, that was a... There was a really big dead spider at the bottom of that bin. Rebel Without a Cause. Probably don't. It's not really my... It's not my bag. It's definitely a weird first date. But it was more that he didn't think it was weird. That was the part that was the funniest. And he was just like, it's because it's like it's the only kind of movie he watches. So when you say like go to a movie, that's all that's in his head is that kind of a movie. Whoo! All right, we got Air Force One, starring Harrison Ford. Get off my plane. It's a classic. See, that to me is a movie where I would rather... This is another thing that we need to talk about. There are movies that I would rather watch on VHS. And there are movies that I want to see in high def. Like Apollo 13 is a movie that I would like to watch a Blu-ray of or watch on Netflix in HD. Air Force One, I think this movie is better for watching it on VHS. Like, that's part of the experience. And it's not even about movies being good or bad. There's just something about experiencing them in a softer format. You know, it's just weird. It's one of those things. VHS people, I think we're all basically VHS people, so you all get it. Shooting Stars of the NCAA Championships 2. Do we have any early 90s college basketball fans out there? Because, man, I think I just found your tape. We'll just sell that. At this rate, I should probably just, like, take these big boxes that we're filling up with tapes and just, like, wrap them up and say $20 for the box or whatever. It's a lot of commons, you know, and that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be, like, tons of fun stuff that I'm getting rid of. Of course, I'm saving the fun stuff for me. Sounds like your normal Pee Wee Herman type date. No, he doesn't take other people. He does that. That's his me time. We got Star Wars: A New Hope, which it's the boring as hell. Although, look at it, looks like I'm Darth Vader here. And I'm pretty sure somewhere I have the box set that this came out of. like with the movie, so we don't need that particular copy. And I always have to double check because here is a copy of Dick Tracy, and I know I've seen it more recently than I've been in this box. So I know I've got a double. Look at they did the long format on the back of this box. That is awesome. More tapes should have done a long format like that. That's super cool. So I know we're gonna hit doubles of that movie in one of these boxes. Ugh, that is really a huge dead spider in that box. I'm so glad he's dead. So yeah, we're saving those. I gotta figure out I'm gonna have to readjust a little bit. Not my junk. I'm gonna have to clear off the saving pile here. I'm gonna have to grab probably after the next box. I'm gonna have to grab. I've got some empty totes. Because stuff that I'm keeping is going to go back into this style storage bin. Stuff that I'm getting rid of will go into cardboard. So that's what so I saved more than I got rid of. Warren Beatty at his finest. Yeah, I love Dick Tracy. Yeah, I don't know how many, what would you call it, landscape formats like that I've seen. Here's a little one. Should be able to just have this one on the desk here if I don't knock everything over. Cool. Dagger. Have you had a chance to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? No, I haven't. But I did watch Red Letter Media's review today, so I know what's up. Oh, look at this. This is a little box, but it has some fun stuff in it. But Dagger, I'm not. This is so just the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, it's terrifying how many VHS tapes I had. Like now that I'm really taking stock of how much it is. Like now that it's all coming together in one place in the house and not scattered everywhere, it's terrifying. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is like what we'll see. Oh my God, we're burning through our the couple hours we got here tonight. Oh my, are you serious? Look at this. Factory sealed Big Trouble in Little China. Factory sealed. You can see I suppose you probably can't see it. The CBS imprint on the plastic wrap. That's awesome. You make me feel better. Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is even if I sell off everything that I want to sell off, there is still going to be hundreds and hundreds of VHS tapes in this house. I would say, I mean, I'm starting to suspect. I used to say like I definitely have over 1,000, but now that it's like all together, I'm starting to think I might have more like 2,000. And it's not like just because every day I go out thrifting, I grab a few tapes here, grab a few tapes there, and it's been that way for at least the last decade. So, multiple times a week, just getting a few tapes. Sometimes you find a bunch of tapes. It's crazy. I know it's literally the point of reviews, but I've never gotten how people can read those prior to seeing the flick. I don't disagree. With certain people, though, like, I honestly, for the most part, I like Red Letter Media's reviews. I'll put it this way. I have more anticipation for a Red Letter Media review of a movie than generally I do the movie, because I'm not that into current movies. So I get my entertainment out of listening to people I find entertaining talk about the movies more than I do the movies themselves. In some cases. Yeah, with few exceptions would I ever crack the seal on a movie. I do it every once in a while when I think it's like a movie that isn't important, or just and it's like, who am I to make that decision about what's sort of important or collectible or whatever. But sometimes it's like, I want to watch this movie, or I want to whatever. I cracked the couple months ago, I cracked The Colony open to do a VHS review on the channel, but I don't think anybody was like, no, you had a factory sealed. It was like some god awful movie. Yeah, and I get you, Roddy. Here's a classic. You got Hook. A great movie. I don't know what this is. It's from Orion Home Video, though. 3x3 Eyes. Perfect Collection. Some kind of crazy anime. It says not for kids on it. So that's helpful. Not rated for mature audiences. I'm listening. No, I think that's gotta go. There was a time when for the most part, I am not an anime fan. There's some things that seem interesting, or there's like with any genre of movie, or any form of entertainment. Like there's always the chance that it's good. Like obviously, there are some. I can't say there's really any anime series that I've gotten into. Oh my god, Dagger. There's definitely at least one Darren's Dance Moves in here. Hold on. I need to think. See, you guys think that you can throw that kind of stuff out there and I'm not going to clap back at you? Yeah. Not only was it here, I knew right where it was. Because of course I do. Because it's ain't no lie, bye, bye, bye. Everybody knows that. But yeah, like Akira's really good. I liked the movie Steam Boy. It was somewhat newer. I think like mid-2000s, if I remember right. Hayao Miyazaki movies I really like. I can't say that there's any series, though, that I've ever gotten real big into. It says streamline pictures on the 8 eyes you put down. Really? Interesting. This is another cool one. I have this not factory sealed, but it is a really cool version of The Wizard of Oz that I don't know if you'll be able to really see it, but it has a fold open cover, and it has a book inside there. There's like a collector's booklet and 50th anniversary edition. But like I said, before I found this, I actually found it not factory sealed. And I'm a big Wizard of Oz fan. I think it blows my mind that a movie is creeping up on 100 years old and it is still just as enjoyable for kids today as it was for kids in 1939. Like, I don't know if there are any other movies that can say that. Like, I think it's a very special movie. This looks interesting. Anansi? Children's classic from around the world, told by Denzel Washington, music by UB40. So it must have been a kid's book that they turned into some kind of VHS tape. Probably don't need it. But, Roddy, do you know why Wizard of Oz has more anniversary editions than any other movie? Because it's 80 years old. That's why. Because they can celebrate every 10 years, and then they'll celebrate the 25th year. The reason there's that many anniversaries is because it's had more anniversaries than any other movie that people still buy copies of. Have you seen the Tom and Jerry Wizard? No, I have not. Yeah, Willy Wonka's got a ways to go. But I think you're right. It's probably pretty timeless, as far as like who can appreciate it. The Willy Wonka one, like the Johnny Depp Tim Burton one, that one does suck. Grave of the Fireflies, speaking of another anime. If I remember right, this is like it's like a serious anime, right? George, what's the purpose? Say that again? Wait, not say that again. You typed it. I can just read it again. What's the purpose of pale VHS boxes in video rental stores? There'd be a section full of them where movies went when they became a few years old. I wondered if the boxes turned pale with time. They did. It was... they would bleach in the sun. The sun would bleach out the tape covers. So you saw that a lot in video stores because a lot of video stores had big shop windows that let in a lot of sunlight. And yeah, it just bleached out the covers. Oh, good, Melinda. So this is this is a movie that's going to make me feel deep emotions. I don't know if I like that. Does it say Streamline Pictures on the tape? No. It says Central Park Media. Wizard of Oz is kind of creepy to me. The lion looks a little off. Well, yeah, but that's also... I know you're like... As always, everything you say is dripping with a little bit of snark, but that's what I like about a lot of old movies, is especially like kids movies. I like that they're weird and they are a little off. Like there is something unsettling. Look who's talking too. Holy cow. Don't need that. Man, there's just no good way to do this. Hey, look it's another Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Look at that shiny holographic cover. We saved one. Away it goes. Oof. Oh, Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka. Oh boy. Your fear of human-looking cats, which you are in big trouble, my friend. General rule of thumb. What? General rule of thumb is the further you go back, the more weirdly dark children's stories are. Yeah, that does pretty much hold up. Although I would say we got Scrooged. Although I would argue that there was definitely... I gotta save Scrooged, right? I would argue that there was definitely a resurgence of dark children's material in the 80s. I guess I don't know if it was really that dark in like the 70s. But I feel like there was a time when it got kind of chipper and, sweet and gee golly. And then I feel like the 80s is when it got weird again. That one had Tim Allen back as Buzz. Yeah, I think it's the only cartoon that Tim Allen did the voice for Buzz, because he had they had the series, but it was Patrick Warburton, which I prefer. Not that I preferred, but I liked his version of Buzz Lightyear in the cartoon. So the movie is like a little bit of a mixed bag, just because I actually think Patrick Warburton handles the cartoon Buzz better. I should check out Cowboy Bebop or Outlaw Star. Great anime series. That's what I've heard. And here's the other problem, obviously, though, because I remember Sci-Fi Channel used to have anime on Friday nights or Saturday nights. I don't remember what it was. And I watched Cowboy Bebop here and there. And I was just never was it Cowboy Bebop? Or was it Afro Samurai? I don't remember. But I feel like with all of those things, they're all things you have to kind of watch for a while and get into. They're not things where you can just watch one episode and go I'm in, this is amazing. It's sort of like something you have to be along for the ride for a while with. Fingers crossed live action Thundercats. Yeah, you are you will be spending years in therapy if that movie ever gets made. I say you're in so much trouble when Cats gets close to release, because the posters are going to be everywhere. They are going to advertise the hell out of that movie, because they know nobody's going to go see it. They are going to have to... It's going to be an embarrassment. So they're going to do everything they can to get anybody who might go see it to go see it. Yeah, the cats are CG. They're bizarre. It's gross. I watched the trailer and I made my wife watch the trailer, and it is gross. It is so uncomfortable. And the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking, this is somebody's porn. There is a weird sexual energy to everything, and the cat's body, the human cat bodies, and everything about it is just so gross. Worse than Mars Needs Moms. I heard that was a pretty good movie. They just marketed it terribly. We've got, and you guys are going to think I'm weird, but Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 Here's the thing. The first one, I really genuinely like. I think this is a good movie. It's got some parts that are cringy. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed was like 60% cringe. It was way cringier. But I really do like the cast. I think it was written by James Gunn. They're just much better movies than I think a lot of people give them credit for. They're still kids movies. It's like it is what it is. Kind of a guilty pleasure, like Billy says, but they are sort of kid movie. They're very entertaining for a kids movie, in my opinion. Not as much 2. Let me point that out. 2 is way worse than the first one. We've got Outbreak. Once again, we got that Warner Brothers hits along the top, which I'm not a big fan of. Good movie, though. Con Air, con shit. Gotta save that. And, ooh, yeah. The Best of the Blues Brothers. I loves me some Blues Brothers. We got Rent it now before anyone else does. It's National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. I think this movie is very funny. I recommend it. We've got the Nickelodeon Friends Variety Pack. Contains 10 essential characters. What does that mean? Clarissa Explains It All, Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Doug, Random Video Circus, Welcome. Saving that. It's a classic. Ooh, yeah. We've got a rental copy. Sorry, Roddy, no exciting stickers. But we've got a rental copy of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I gotta save that. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like, that was my cornerstone to my childhood. And then we got another factory sealed Patrick Stewart in Moby Dick. I remember when it was a made-for-TV movie, and I remember it being a very big deal. And I'm pretty sure they made it just because in Star Trek First Contact, there's a part where Patrick Stewart as Captain Picard quotes Moby Dick, and I'm pretty sure they were like, oh, cool, like he should just make a Moby Dick movie. You watched Home Alone as a kid before you watched the first two? You watched Home Alone 3 before you watched the first two? Oh, buddy. Melissa Joan Hart is supposed to reprise Clarissa. Why? Melissa Joan Hart, you have to have money. Like, just let's let some things lie, you know? You like the booby traps in Home Alone 3? To be fair, I've never seen Home Alone 3, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly. But there's no way it's as good as 1 and 2. Put the VHS tape back in the box. That's kind of a Bill and Ted, but it's the only Nicolas Cage I know how to do. I think I'm going to let this one go. And we've got the movie Dinosaur, which I remember not thinking was great, and I don't know why I haven't. Whew, that was a nice little box. I kind of want to do one of these big boys. Once again, I know to you this looks like a little box, but look at it from the side. These are the ones I'm very interested in because I don't remember what made their way in there. This one looks weird too. Okay, let's do this one. I need to empty out one of these because I need one of these guys for to start putting the tapes I'm keeping back into some of these plastic boxes. We're making progress. First of all, you've got Batman Beyond the movie. And I'm keeping that. I was, when the animated series ended and they started doing Batman Beyond, I was really against it. I thought it sucked. And then years later, I have Return of the Joker on, I might have it on VHS, but I have it on DVD. It's a great movie. But I, at the time, didn't like Batman Beyond. I watched a few episodes, didn't like it. And then literally like a decade later, they put it up on Netflix and I started watching it, and it's a badass Batman show. It is so good. It is every bit as good as Batman the Animated Series. It's just you don't have that sort of detective noir style. It's like, you know, sort of cyberpunk. Obviously, you don't get all the old villains, so it's a new crop of villains. So that part of it can be, I think, and that's what I didn't like at the time when it first came out. It's set in the future, and I love old man Bruce Wayne helping new Batman Terry McGinnis. Great movie. Or not great movie, but great series. This looks terrifying. It's got rat marionettes. It's called a rat's tail. Hilarious pun. It's got Beverly D'Angelo in it. That's very sad for Beverly D'Angelo. I'm going to have to save it. Why, you ask? Would I save it when better movies have gone into the sell bin? Well, I'll tell you. This is a rat household. We like things that are rat related. Oh, what do we got in here? Looks like a lot of kids stuff in this box. We do have, though, an episode of Mystery Science Theater, Red Zone Cuba, that I can tell you I bought at Suncoast Video in the Northtown Mall. A lot of memories. And we got, this is a great cover. The Terror of Mechagodzilla. Now that's a nice cover. A lot of these Godzilla tapes I have are later releases. This one looks like it's a 1989 release of this movie. Looks like the movie's from 78. Who knows what these are? Garfield, Charlie Brown. We've got just some recorded VHS tapes. All-Star 1985. I wonder what that one is. I can't throw away these tapes. Like these, or not throw away, but I can't sell blank tapes. Mostly because I want to know St. Paul Cathedral renovation recorded 2003. All right. What the? There's a ton of them. Trip to Dayton. Agency for Industrial Technology. The Principles of Technology. High Bridge. Kirby Farewell. formerly an Alan Jackson tape. I don't know if you can see that. This part of the show is not fun. You're still talking about CGI cats. Let it go. They're not coming to get you. Not yet. I don't know what any of these are. I'm going to have to hold on to them. Actually go through a lot of these. Ethel, welcome. You collect blank tape covers. Almost 100 unique variations. Interesting. I noticed... I mean, you probably have it. Now where'd it go? Oh, it's like the cover covers. Because... Do you have this one? Look at that one. That's cool. But what I noticed about this one is I thought it was neat. Every once in a while I see this. It's going to be out of focus, but it's got like lines on it that show you if the tape is at that line, how much recording time you have left. I've only seen that on a couple tapes. I think that's a really neat idea. What do we got in here? Ooh, this might be a good box. A classic. Ed Wood. One of the best. Does not have that sticker? Oh my god. I'll send you... I'll take a... At the very least, I'll try to remember to take a high-res picture of that sticker so you can check it out. We got Will Vinton's Claymation Comedy of Horrors. I'm a huge stop-motion fan and a huge claymation fan. So yeah, anytime I find anything like this, God, look at the back. It's got like Mad Scientist Pig and Frankenstein. This kind of crap is right up my alley. Does Ed Wood have any? Ooh. Marine General Store from Marine on St. Croix. It has a little handwritten Be Kind Rewind little sticker on it. And of course, so those are saves. Do you like the Brothers Kwai? I don't know. Are they what's with them? Princess Caribou, y'all are gonna not like it, but I'm saving this one because, as everybody knows here by now, I have a giant Phoebe Cates crush. It's a crush that's like 30 years strong at this point, so you ain't breaking me and Phoebe up. What's up, hat hole? How's the late spring, almost fall cleaning going? Pretty good. Pretty good. Welcome, Chad. Every VHS tape is automatically good. Once again, I love that Ethel only deals in ones and zeros. It's either on or it's off. It's either everything is awesome or everything sucks. They're the... Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about now. I didn't place the name, but I have watched some of their stuff, and it's neat. I'm a little less... I don't know. The kind of stop motion that really impresses me is more the claymation side. I think there's just such a... I don't know. I'm less into the sort of darker stop motion-y stuff. Yeah. But it is neat. It's still very cool to see. We got, oh my god. This is an awesome tape. No cover, Transformers Beast Wars. And it's specifically one of my favorite episodes of all time, Code of a Hero. I don't know if anybody else watched Beast Wars, but it was a good show. And Code of a Hero, spoiler alert, was an episode that had one of the best character deaths, probably the best character death in that whole show. You liked Beast Wars, but Reboot was my fave. Just gonna keep moving. So are you a fan of Night? Yes, because Nightmare Before Christmas isn't. I'm not talking about, when I talk about like dark stop motion animation. There's a lot of stop motion stuff out there that's sort of like dingy, dirty, like made with no sense of whimsy. Things like Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas, they're dark themed, but they also have a sense of whimsy and fun and silliness to them. Wait a minute. You crushed on Ally Sheedy over Phoebe Cates? I mean, guess what? More Phoebe Cates for me, dude. You know? You take Ally. That's fine. Phoebe Cates wouldn't want to be your girlfriend anyway, because she wants to be my girlfriend. Does anybody remember the show Get a Life, starring Chris Elliott? Because I do, and I remember thinking it was very funny. In fairness, Phoebe Cates looked like your mom? Interesting. Oh boy. American Beauty. I'm not gonna keep it. Beast Wars had an N64 game, yeah. If I remember right, that it was pretty terrible, right? You had a mad crush on Judd Nelson. Okay, so you like the bad boys. You like the rebel. I mean, to be fair, in that movie, who else are you gonna pick? Like, I mean, in Breakfast Club, you ain't gonna pick the jock, because the jock's like a turd. And you're not gonna pick Anthony Michael Hall, because he's a dweeb, and not like a cool dweeb. Like, obviously John Bender is the way to go. Because of Kevin Spacey, I'm not a big American Beauty fan. I don't know. It comes across, I don't know. And yeah, Chad, it just hasn't aged well. Like, at the time, it was kind of like Hollywood making an artsy, fartsy kind of a movie, and it never really did anything for me. Bad boy with a heart of gold said, "Smoke up, Johnny." You mean Emilio Estevez? Well, yeah, the jock, yeah. It's more, yeah, it is pretentious. And I'm just not, yeah, it just never really did much for me. I remember there was a time when everybody was really all about it, and it was like, I was like, yeah, it's fine. Here's a classic. Crimson Tide. This is the movie that Gene Hackman told all of us, as the audience, that Jack Russell Terriers are the smartest of all dogs. And I tell people that to this day. And the only proof I have of it is Crimson Tide. So yeah. I don't think I need to hold on to it, though. Letting go of a lot of common tapes here tonight. career opportunity. Career opportunities era Jennifer Connelly, it was Jennifer Connelly. I'm just flashing back. Labyrinth, Jennifer Connelly. I crushed on Rocketeer, Jennifer Connelly. I crushed on Dark City, Jennifer Connelly. I crushed on. We're not going to talk about Requiem for a Dream. But yeah, Jennifer Connelly. Forget about it. Crimson Tide, great movie. Now this is a factory sealed. Favorite line from Career Opportunities: You look like a lady in need of quarter, like quartering of soldiers. We've got Dracula has risen from the grave, and it's factory sealed. Ooh, yes. Requiem for a Dream is just kind of an all-around... Well, yeah, if like, you want to not think of Jennifer Connelly in some unappealing ways, but it's just kind of one of those movies that's made to make you kind of feel gross. But man, she was very pretty at the time. And still is. Who am I kidding? Like, I'm not complaining. Dracula's beats Frankenstein's. That I agree with. And I actually have... Nice. Look at that. I've got a copy of this up on the wall, but it doesn't have that damn Warner Brothers hits on it. So you get to stay on the wall, dude. Awesome. And look at this, some more Mystery Science Theater tapes. The Gunslinger, great episode. And another great episode, The Beginning of the End. I'm Peter Graves, and I'm attending my first day of class at the University of Minnesota. I have watched these tapes quite a few times. In fact, there was a while there where these VHS tapes of Mystery Science Theater was the only way I could watch any episodes of Mystery Science Theater. So there's like however many tapes I have, maybe 9. I don't remember how many tapes I bought from Suncoast. I feel like 3. They sold them in 3-packs, and I feel like I probably bought 3 3-packs, maybe more. But they're like the only episodes I ever watched for a long time. Or they're the episodes I watched the most because here's another one. Side Hackers. Not a great episode. Probably one of the weaker ones that came out on VHS. You favor Frankie flicks, but Frankenstein was the first novel you ever read as a child. Wow. I miss Suncoast too. I don't know if... I guess I don't know. I mean, if you're just talking vampire movies versus Dracula movies, there's a lot of great vampire movies. Watch Me First. Air Hogs. Learn How to Fly video. Alright. Doesn't even have like a windows to see the tape. I'm going to hold on to that because nobody would buy it. West Side Story. Classic, I'm sure. I've never actually watched it, and I'm going to sell it. Favorite Dracula movie is Dracula Dead and Loving It. Dracula Dead and Loving It is really funny. I'm not going to lie. Dracula versus Frankenstein. I mean, that had to have been a movie, right? Melinda confirms, yes, it was. Masters of the Universe Into the Abyss. Once again, one of these tapes. Pretty boring covers. It probably just has, like, an episode of the old cartoon on it. I think this can go into the Cell pile. Oh, and they're remaking? They're remaking it? There must be some public domain Dracula movies. I don't know. Well, I mean, Nosferatu is public domain. I don't know if any others are, though. Got Factory sealed once again. Patriot Games with Harrison Ford. I can't really do Harrison Ford. Oh, here's some interesting things. I mean, this isn't interesting, but Fern Gully. Classic. Probably don't need to hold on to it, though. But feeling some of those movies will make their way back to the Goodwill. I don't know. I'm not interested in just getting. I'm not interested in just like shedding tapes for the sake of shedding them. I will. I don't know. West Side Story's already a remake of Romeo and Juliet, so it's fair game. Yeah, true. But I don't know if I haven't said it in a while, but there's a big VHS swap meet coming up in my neck of the woods in September. So the plan is to bring all this stuff there and charge people very little money and hope they buy up as much as they want. But a lot of this stuff is very common and not necessarily super exciting for VHS peeps. So we shall see. But this is one that maybe someone could generate a little excitement about. The Great Demolition Man. I love this movie. Too bad I'm not selling it. The Lion King is Hamlet. Have you gone through some of the Amazon Prime streaming movies? Lots of Amazon Prime streaming, Amazon Video, is really like what Netflix was when they started the streaming. There's so many weird things. So I really like the a lot of the no budget crap that they're putting up on Amazon Video. Just weird stuff. Is Patriot Games? It's the sequel to Hunt for Red October. So, and then is that the prequel to, or was Clear and Present Danger after Patriot Games? I mean, almost all of Demolition Man has come true. Except for that. No, see, I was going to say, there's like, the TVs are like long. The TVs are in like portrait mode. But I was thinking about it, like, that's just like our phones. Everybody watches stuff on their phones. So they even kind of got the portrait mode right. Here's one. Here's a piece of crap. The Island of Dr. Moreau. Which, I'm not going to lie, I remember kind of liking this movie back in the day. So I almost want to hang on to it. Just to watch it again. Although I will for now, because I actually think I probably have multiple copies. Because that's one of those movies where I go like, oh, cool. And then I forget that I bought it like 3 years ago. Don't hang on to it. I'm going to put this on your doorstep. That is craptastic. Yes, it is. It Yeah, it had major production problems. There's a whole documentary about the production problems. Val Kilmer, poor Val Kilmer. I didn't know this, but Val Kilmer has been battling throat cancer for like 2 years, and I had no idea. I didn't know anything was going on with him. Um, but he is in the new Top Gun, and he is Blunt Man in the new Jay and Silent Bob reboot. So I thought that was cool. But apparently his, like, I think in Jay and Silent Bob he doesn't speak at all, which is a perfect role. Um, so I don't know what he's gonna do in the new Top Gun, like how they're gonna have him in it. What did I think of the top? I think it was not a particularly good trailer, but I am anticipating the movie because I like Top Gun a lot, and I'm in for it. I might not go see Top Gun Maverick in the theater, but I do want to see it. But it wasn't much of a trailer. And correct, the trailer had no danger zone, so it's automatically bad. And yeah, Supergirl is chronic. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm a. It's crazy that it's been. I was listening to Kevin Smith talk about it. It's been like 10. It's been like. Now I can't even remember. It's been almost 20 years. Has it really been almost 20 years since Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? 2001. So it has straight up. Chad, we can go see it. We'll go see it in the theater. Uh, Top Gun had good. Yeah, I did like. I think I have Top Gun for the NES. We should maybe play that on some Sunday. Um, but yeah, it's crazy that it's been that long since we've been in the View Askew universe. So I'm excited. I'm excited. It's. I don't think the problem is like I don't like the fact that he's even attempting to be like this isn't just for View Askew universe fans. Like just say. I mean, I guess at this point you want it to make money, whatever. But it's really like a love letter to everybody who's kind of been along for the ride this whole time. So I'm excited for it. Angry Video Game Nerd did a video on the Top Gun video game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I watched that one either. Could never land the damn plane. I that was when I was a kid. I had a lot of trouble with that too. Couldn't beat Top Gun on NES. No, me neither. I never beat it. I could sometimes land the plane. So I could usually get a couple levels in. You liked Tusk? I never saw Tusk. I need to there's like I saw Red State. I think we brought this up not too long ago. But I saw Red State and I liked it fine. And then I definitely kind of went through that phase where it's like I didn't see Cop Out. I didn't see Tusk. I started Yoga Hosers and I made it like 10 minutes in. And not that I hated it. And I do want to give it another shot. But I just wasn't in the mood. And just right away, it was the kind of movie that I knew I wasn't in the mood for. So I love the Power Glove. And I really do need to watch Tusk. That's the main one that I think of recent Kevin Smith movies that I definitely need to actually watch, like for real. Um, Tusk is his best non-View Askew movie. Jason Lee is he's probably the best. He's one of the best. I would put him and what's the name of the actor? I can't think of the name of the actor who plays Randall in Clerks. I think those two are they're just built to read Kevin Smith dialogue. And yeah, Mallrats is my favorite. No, Billy Kevin has said that he actually took the scripts for Mallrats 2 and Clerks 3 and he cannibalized scenes out of them and put them into Reboot. So basically, Reboot is like things that he wrote for Mallrats 2, Clerks 3, things that he wrote for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back that didn't make it in. Like it's a lot of it's the things that he never got to do. Like and he's basically from what I hear from what he's saying there is like a piece of this movie that's like a Mallrats reunion and like a mini Mallrats 2 and then there's like a kind of a mini Clerks 3 in it and all of these things. So should be cool. And of course, Charles Bronson, Honor Among Thieves. Well, obviously, I can't let a Charles Bronson movie get out of here. Nice try, dude. For sure, dude. Oh boy. We got a bunch of kids' movies here. Bang through these. Look at that. We got another Moby Dick. This one is not factory sealed. Away you go. We got Jungle Book. All right. We got A Bug's Life. Good movies. But do I need the tapes? No. No, I don't. You must go to a mall. I was actually at the mall where they filmed Mallrats not too long ago. We've got Bambi, factory sealed. Probably should hold on to that. $1997. No, Dennis Leary is in A Bug's Life. He's the ladybug, yep. He just announced at Comic-Con that he's going to do Clerks 3, but will be writing an entirely new screenplay for it. He said the one he originally wrote is too bleak. Interesting. Oh, here you go. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 25th anniversary. I don't know if I'm not a big fan of the puffy case. I'm pretty sure I own it just a regular. I hope it's at the Quick Stop. Well, I know they rebuilt the Quick Stop, like they built a replica of the Quick Stop for the new movie, so that's probably what they'll end up doing for Clerks 3. Aristocats? No thanks. I remember not really being into that one. Clerks 2 is not good. I liked Clerks 2. I think most of Kevin Smith's movies, though, like the View Askew movies, I think are very tied to the age that you watch them. Um, I still like Mallrats a lot, but I've kind of gone back, and Clerks hasn't aged super well for me. There's still funny things in it, but I don't love it the way I used to. Same with Chasing Amy and Dogma and a lot of those movies. They just haven't. I feel like it was a very specific time and place where those movies meant a lot to me, and for the most part, Mallrats is kind of the only one that's really held up and that I still really like to watch. Does your copy of the have a golden ticket? I remember the anniversary editions had them. No. Unless it's in here. No. No golden ticket. No golden ticket. You hope Claire Filani comes back in Reboot as Brandy. I'm not opposed. I am not opposed. Here's a great one. But once again, I have better copies of this. But Secret of Nim. You want to talk about dark 80s children's movies. And this is one of those weird movies that I'm like weirdly nostalgic for. But it's Warriors of Virtue. I don't know if anybody else was a fan of this, but it was kind of like they were trying to do like Ninja Turtles, but they were like 4 kangaroo ninjas. And it was more spiritual, and it was a weird kids movie. They kind of look like remember like the kangaroo people from Tank Girl? They kind of looked like that. It's just one of those weird kids movies. Not really like Three Ninjas. Not really. Oh my god. I think we're just going to have to do this last pile because that's the end of this box. And I think we're going to have to call it a night. It's midnight. We didn't get near as far as I thought we would get through all this stuff, and then I have to go get more boxes. We might have to start adding. We're going to figure this out. This is going to be our Wednesday nights for a little while. Let's see what we got here. Ready to Rumble, starring David Arquette, who is now an actual pro wrestler. So it's like this came true. This movie came true. He's actually in town wrestling. You got Splash. It's a classic movie. Do I need it? Well, next Wednesday, we're gonna have to. I mean, I still got a few movies here to show off, or to sort through. But yeah, I think this is gonna be Wednesdays for a little while. I wish it didn't have that stupid contemporary classics across the top, because we got James Caan Rollerball. I almost want to start making the rule where I'm just straight up not even going to keep them if I just don't like those. I don't like those little like studio marquees or whatever, like the branding on the top like that. I just hate that. Every single movie should automatically, I like how you use the word automatically. Like there's just a button. Like video, I suppose nowadays you probably could make a machine, like an algorithm that creates a video game tie-in. You just tell the movie the plot, you feed in like some images. No, Roddy, he is an actual pro wrestler right now. Like, look up, go on. I don't know if it's on YouTube because it's pretty graphic, but Google David Arquette hardcore wrestling match because he had a hardcore match however many months ago, and like he got messed up. Like he's doing this for like obviously pro wrestling for real. But he's making it like a real thing. Oh, look at that. Speaking of long format, Duran Duran. I'm not a huge Duran Duran fan, but this is in a rental clamshell, so I pretty much can't get rid of it. I mean, I like some Duran. Don't get me wrong. I like a little bit. They had like a mid 2000s. They had an album come out, and I really liked that album. But it's like it's nothing anyone's ever heard of. It does have "Hungry Like the Wolf" on it. Was there a rollerball video game? I don't know. I don't remember Duran Duran's James Bond song. The vaporware aesthetic. Ooh, Sister Act. I like the Sister Act movies. I'm not even ashamed to say it. I might not keep this tape, but I like the movie. You got Boom, Cliffhanger, Stallone, and that girl from Northern Exposure. Remember Maggie? Was her name Maggie on Northern Exposure? Saving that. I can't throw away. I keep saying throw away. I'm not throwing anything away. Sell. I can't sell a Stallone movie. We got Antonio Banderas, Desperado. This is a good movie. Yeah, I should probably keep that. Cliffhanger had a Sega CD game. Oh my god. Sister Act. Yeah, I think you gotta go in the box. Well, we managed to empty out 2 big bins, 1 little bin. That's pretty good. Oh my god. I'm gonna look. That one looks like it's got cool stuff in it. I'm gonna look in this one real quick though, and then we'll probably call her a to be continued kind of a thing. But when I opened these boxes up, I didn't realize there were VHS tapes in them. So I'm curious. Oh boy. Oh, there's stuff in here. Oh my god, there's stuff in here. Whew. I did not mean to create a cliffhanger. But right away there's super cool stuff in that box. So I'm not making any promises, but we might have to add a live stream before next. Well, we got Sunday morning, and maybe we can. Maybe if people want, we could do this on Sunday morning too. Otherwise, we're definitely going to be doing this again next Wednesday night. But we might have to add. We might have to add another live stream somewhere between before next Wednesday. To be continued. But that is going to do it for us tonight because unfortunately I got to work a little earlier in the morning, so I do need to get to bed. But thank you everybody for hanging out, and it's been a wild one. By the way, really quick before we go, as far as I know, Roddy, I don't know who else. Did anybody watch that 1 minute movie review I did for Split Second on Instagram? And I put it up on my Twitter too. I just wanted to get a feel, take y'all's temperature about if you thought that was, if you liked it. Do the boxes either tomorrow, Sunday, or next Wednesday. Sure, instead of playing video games, or add another one. Yeah, something like that. You have infinite VHS boxes. It feels like it right now. Let us know what you decide, though. Yeah, I'll definitely get, as usual, or mostly usual. I'll get try to have live streams scheduled a day or two out so people see them. Don't have Instagram. Don't remember what you said, but your sign off was fine. I have a secret plan that I'm working on something a little special for these little mini reviews, and this was like just more than anything, it was a test to get, because Instagram is really finicky about file formats and getting a video that I edit on the computer to upload to Instagram and play correctly is kind of a pain in the butt. So mostly I was doing, well, first of all, I was trying to figure out, can I review a movie in 1 minute? And then I was trying to figure out how to format the file to where it would actually work. But in any case, yeah, I was just kind of curious if it tickled anybody's funny bone or fancy. But I have some ideas for it that I want to explore, and we're gonna see where it goes. I think it's gonna be really fun. And what I'll probably do, because again they're minute-long reviews. So I don't really want to put minute-long reviews on the YouTube channel. I might, but what I kind of want to do is upload them to Instagram and Twitter, and then once I have maybe 5 of these minute-long reviews, post a little compilation to the YouTube channel, so that way people who don't have Instagram or Twitter still have a way of watching them, kind of a thing. Well, I'm playing with it. I think the beginning of the Twitter video got... You think the beginning of the Twitter video got cut off? Huh, I'll have to look at it. Yeah, and Roddy, actually what ended up working for me was I had to export it. Not had to, but I found a good way to do it where Instagram will reformat your video. So, and I think it reformats it to like a 640 pixel width. We don't, not to get into it, but so I actually exported the video at 640 by 640 square, and it worked. I had to futz with some other things, but it worked. And in any case, we don't need to talk about this. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas. I will see you way before Christmas. I'll see you Sunday, and maybe before. Who knows? But everybody, all you cool cats and you alley cats, I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye-bye. Thank you.